Donald Trump is feeling the sting of betrayal today as conservative media turns on him, and I have all the satisfying receipts coming up next. I'm Dan, and thank you for watching Occupy Democrats. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button to get all of our daily reports documenting the Donald self-destruction and decline. After Pam Bondi's bizarre performance in front of the House, MAGA media is hitting the panic button and calling for Trump to take massive action. Let's begin with broadcaster Erickson, self-described conservative truth teller. Truth over tribe, he says, and today he lives up to that with this intellectually honest takedown. When the Attorney General of the United States is asked why she has prosecuted no one related to Jeffrey Epstein, and this is her answer, she should be fired or resign. But neither will happen, which is another reason the Democrats are going to have a good election year. That was a Republican predicting the party will crater on Trump's watch because stooges like Bondi are destroying voter confidence. But wait, there's much more. Pro-Trump podcaster Tim Pool just told his MAGA-loving audience something they definitely did not want to hear.
I ain't cutting Trump any slack. Now that we know that they've covered up the co-conspirator documents, there's a document saying that they were investigating co-conspirators Epstein. There's photos and videos of minors and children. Dan Bongino was like, look, a lot of these things were hearsay and, fake tips that were uncorroborated. All of that is true, but there's still no excuse for them not exposing these deep, dark, corrupt pedos. Like, I can understand. I can understand Bill Gates didn't do anything criminal. If it is true that he got an STD from Russian hookers and gave it to his wife on accident, that's not illegal. He got divorced. I can understand why it's embarrassing. And I can respect someone saying, please don't release that email. It's not material to anybody. It's just internal drama that's gross and embarrassing.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff in there, like that's already being brought up, that I would say is shocking to the conscience that Trump called it a hoax.
And speaking of shock, watch as a Newsmax host, that network that competes with Fox to be Trump's favorite propaganda channel, deviates from the script and blurts out words like incompetence and cover-up.
This portion, right now, we can't go backwards. All the other people, Bill Barr, who, by the way, his name does appear in some of these files, Merrick Garland, Bush, Obama, all of them, they all failed. They all failed, which is why we reelected Donald Trump in part, to fix this problem. And now it's on your plate, Pam Bondi. You took that in by taking this job. It was Donald Trump that made sure Epstein and Maxwell were locked up in his first term, and then Bill Barr sat on all the stuff that's being hid now that's coming out. No doubt. Pam Bondi, you drew the short straw to try to uncover something hidden, like Massey said, for decades. Probably the biggest scandal since Watergate. But that's the job.
An example, I'm submitting these 302 forms that are entirely redacted.
You see why people like me are still thinking that this is a cover-up? A 302 form is an FBI interview with a suspect or a witness or something. Why are hundreds of them fully redacted? This is either a cover-up or it's incompetence. And I want somebody to go to jail for it. At a minimum, anybody involved with screwing this up should no longer work at the DOJ.
How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer the question the way I asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people.
Yeah, as much as I hate Democrats, it was a good question. And the answer is zero. This should not be a partisan issue. In America, we throw pedophiles in jail or wood chippers, period. Did we get any more answers? No, we got this stupid 1-800 number. Today's hearing made this a bigger story because parts of this are still being covered up, and America is not stupid. She should have just shown up with like a list of people like, hey, here's who we're charging today. I'm hard on her because America needs Donald Trump to succeed. He does. If Donald Trump doesn't succeed, if Pam Bondi doesn't succeed, Donald Trump can't succeed. And then this country can't succeed. And this country will be finished if Democrats get their hands back on this place. The bottom line is that no one new is in jail. The DOJ has 6 million pages of investigations and hundreds of victims and no arrests.
I mentioned at the top that this would be a satisfying report, but we can't forget that this story also represents the level of blind loyalty from Bondi and the other sycophants that surround Trump. As his decline in extremism increased, they will tighten the circle and continue to obey his every impulsive order without hesitation.